If we look at Google, they also have a very well-established best practice approach. They do apprenticeships with their new employees, and they do formal 1-month trainings before day one even starts. So their employees are showing up ready to begin. And because these employees that work for Google are a little more solitary and isolated, are productive because they're making relationships prior to starting. If left status quo, BYU is not really better or worse. They just kind of stay the same. A couple of recommendations that I made to BYU, I'll highlight 2 tonight, is they begin a review process where everyone has their own point of view that is established, whether you're the new employee, you're the department manager, or perhaps you're even the HR executive. Everyone has a voice, and they have this review process that's done regularly. The other best practice is a checklist that I created that is a standardized best practice onboarding checklist that will be provided to every department manager from prior to starting the application process to day 1 to day 60, all the way to your first year of employment. To feel like you're not so much the new kid on the block, but that you're feeling like you're being mentored, that you are being trained, that you are excited about your future employment opportunities, and that loops it all back into onboarding. Any questions?
Very good. That concludes the presentation, so proceed with questions.
Sir?
Can I have a copy of your checklist?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's good.
Just because I'm doing some onboarding.
I heard that.
Right?
It was good.
Reciprocity. And Google, you said they start people a month early?
As does Disney.
than their start date.
You have to be onboarded before you even start day 1.
Are they getting paid during that time?
It's training. So onboarding is organizational socialization or orientations.
Why does it take them? Sorry. Why a month?
Because they bring the leadership from the top to come down to talk to them about what they expect as an employee or a cast member. They do all types of leadership development. They want them to become friends as units, so that way when they spread out, they still have people to talk to.
Cool.
It's really amazing.
Yeah.
That's why they're all so happy.
So what is your next step? What are you going to do next?
So I have a meeting with the HR executive team at BYU next week. I'll be presenting this presentation to them with my deliverables of the checklist, my recommendations, and then I'm saying, good luck. What they want with it.
Who is it?
So Brad
Taylor.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then he's got a handful of other people.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that they include an offer letter now, which they don't do currently. They don't do formalized trainings for the leaderships. They don't have this checklist. And I have a few other practices that I came up with.
Very good. Excellent.
Unpack that process of coming up with the checklist. You said you came up with it, and you said these are some best practices. And
So as I was interviewing all these different departments, I found 2 departments in specific that had checklists. So I took the checklist and I made it more standardized for the whole university. And then I just kind of formalized into my own checklist ideas. But they're all basic, so that way any department can go in and they can switch it up to meet the needs of what they have. Yes, yes. Meaning I typed it, but I didn't, and I cited it, but it's not my own
sure.
personal.
No, that's okay.
And there's also best practice checklists out there online if you see. This one just has more specifics to BYU. I'd love for the new employees to have a specialized behind the scenes campus tour, which is what they do at Disney, where you can go get your picture done with Cosmo. Or whatever you want, but you're not just thrown into, here's BYU, but you really feel like you're.
Yeah, so that can make it in.
Yeah, it's on the checklist.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I hope they do it. And a swag bag, it's another idea. Like, here's a pen. You're happy you're here. It's not done right now, so.
I think we got the MPA pens.
Yes, yes.
Good culture.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny because there's a lot of talk of rep the Y on Fridays,
Yes.
and I think I'm the only one in the entire building who does not have a button-up shirt that has some kind of Y logo on it.
So you need to.
And I have a polo, but I don't have a professional.
It's Friday.
Oh, stop it, Gary.
Do it, culture.
But anyway, but my point is the swag bag's a good idea.
Yes.
Our office gives the tours, so if you want to talk a
What's
little
your
bit more,
office?
university relations.
Okay,
And we have talked
golf
about
carts?
doing new hire tours.
yeah.
but haven't really gone very far with it because we had other higher priorities. But anyway, something that you could throw my name in there because I've worked with Brad recently. I'll be working with him again very soon.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Smart,
I'll take
man.
a couple of minutes if you'd like. As a matter of fact, what we could do is when you're done, we'll take a break, maybe a 5-minute break or so, and reconvene in about 5 to 7 minutes. So let's say, about 6:30 or so.
So we've got 3 left.
Yeah.
Yes.
And are you feel like you're having enough time afterwards for feedback?